Francis, so tell me about all these great things that are happening in Zenyatta. I understand there's a name change, you got a different direction going, you sort
This
of...
is a world-class deposit, too. This is a very unique...
We got decades worth of product in the ground.
Just
It's really
decades?
At least.
It's big. No, I remember going to the presentation years ago.
Yeah.
And this fellow was there, and I met him for years ago, like 20 years.
This fellow?
No, the guy I was trying to remember if we worked at
old.
TD. Anyway, he said to me...
Craig? Sorry, keep going.
He said this was one of the great deposits of this kind in the world.
Yeah.
And there was a geological event.
Dr. Conley might be one of the guys. He's been one of the researchers with us, working with us from the beginning. With
So eventually, it's like someone's going to take this out.
Put it into production.
Do something with it.
Drill holes in it.
It's too big. It's
Dig
too
up
big a
the-
deposit.
So our goal right now, one of our goals is to actually take a very large bulk sample. We've applied for 990 tons. If you cross the line of 1,000 tons, then you actually fall into mining, and a lot of things come with that. So we're trying to avoid that. But yeah, our goal, and we're trying to get this done with a winter road, keep it economic, and do that from January to March, April this year.
Does it apply with all commodities, the 1,000-ton rule? Like
Yeah,
bulk-
anytime you're going to do a bulk sample, that's the Mining Act. So yeah, that applies across the board.
So is that a daily thing?
No, that's a once a project lifetime, basically. If you do it a second time, then you're into mining.
Oh, okay.
You need an EA. You need a.
What kind of grades are we talking here?
We have two pipes. The east pipe's a much higher pipe. We're probably about 4.5% to 5% there, and about 2.5% on the west pipe.
Okay, so this is a vein-hosted deposit.
It's not. We call it vein graphite. That's a nomenclature from Sri Lanka. This is really a volcanic deposit, fluid-derived graphite. There's nothing on Earth like it. It's created it was
Are
a
you
flash.
a geo? Are you a geo?
I'm not. I've just been around geos enough for a long time.
But you're a doctor?
Yeah, optometrist. So, nothing to do with this
You know
business.
what? I got a stigma here. No, James, that's good.
Let's see.
Let's
You got an eyeball in there.
I think we should have a little session here.
An optometry session?
Yeah, just you know what? Two birds with one stone. That's what I say.
Try your glasses on. Because then I'll need glasses.
You'll need glasses.
No. Pow! You're not going to...
Okay.
All right, let me just do this part quickly. Our graphite is very unique. Our average size is about 15 microns. Most flake graphites, we're talking about 200, 300, 1,000 microns flake. So extremely unique, very different from your typical sedimentary flake graphite. So there is nothing on Earth like it.
Okay, so what is the advantage of having this type of graphite over flake graphite?
Well, the high value now is graphene. The graphene market is, a very high value, very high growth industry right now, and we are able to produce graphene, very high-end graphene. With our average was about 2.4 layers. A lot of people that call their product graphene, it's actually not graphene. It's it's multiple layers, but the graphene's a buzzword, so they use it. But high-end graphene is there's not a lot of it on the market right now. So we're coming in very hard with a lot of supply behind us.
Okay, and there's a conference coming up that you're going to be at.
Yeah, the Graphene Expo is in Austin, October 15th to 17th. It's a world event. It's the premier event worldwide. It's attracting everybody around the world that's interested in graphene. So we've actually been picked to do 4 presentations over there. We're going to do a major presentation, 20 minutes, and then we've been picked to do 3 product pitches, one on concrete, one on jet fuel and diesel, and one on quantum dots.
Okay, well, so the path to actually starting production of graphene for these applications, what's the timeline looking like on that?
So again, we're going to do this very large bulk sample. We're hoping to yield about 40 tons of graphite, high purity graphite, 99.8% graphite with that, and then another 6 months to process that into graphene. So probably by the 4th quarter 2019, we might actually be able to have some product for sale by that point.
Do you know how much graphene you have here? Like, we
have a 1.4 million ton resource right now. That's open at depth. Our PEA back in 2015 gave us a 22-year mine life at 30,000 tons per year, and we were using less than 50% of our resource.
And what was the price back then versus now?
Well, back then we were going after the traditional graphene or graphite market,
Right.
your liberal,
Right.
your lib batteries, your fuel cells, your powdered metallurgy. We were averaging sales of about $7,500 per ton. The graphene markets, we're talking many multiples of that number.
Right. And what about your bank account? How is your cash looking?
We took over as May 11th. We had a proxy battle. We won that proxy battle very comfortably, and now it's basically a rebirth of the company. That's why we're doing the rename. We're going with Zen Graphene Solutions. We're able to provide...
I like the name. Anything with Zen in it. You got to like Zen.
Me too.
I know, we're kind of Zen guys. So name change and...
new look, new logo,
who's your biggest
new
shareholder?
website.
Who's your biggest shareholder?
Biggest shareholder is actually still our ex-CEO and president, Aubrey Evely, but we've got a lot of interest and a lot of other major shareholders as well. So we've got a pretty wide base of shareholders. Last count was about 4.6 million shares.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And you're saying there's about 50 million shares now?
64.
That's not bad.
No.
And institutional support in the shareholding?
Honestly, very little.
Really?
Again,
Just a big retail crowd waiting for something to happen.
absolutely. That's
great.
why we wanted to make some changes and bring a new direction to the company, and we feel very excited about what's going on in the graphene space right now.
Very cool. Okay. Price of graphene now globally?
You look at some of the websites for some of the high-end graphene, we're talking about $200 per gram, which is
Per gram?
Per gram.
It's like cocaine.
Pretty
More
much.
gold.
Expensive cocaine.
More gold.
Yeah.
There's one reference out there from a company out of Australia called First Graphene. They had a reference for $1 a gram when you buy 100 kilograms or more. So that's kind of the only reference for bulk pricing. So again, graphene is moving so fast that there's no spot price for this right now. So that's one of the.
Right.
Would somebody that would want to buy you, would they be from? Would a Chinese company want to buy this company, or?
You know what? Potentially, but I'll tell you what. Not only is this graphene, not only can we generate a lot of jobs and a lot of revenue for our own shareholder base, graphene can help industries be better. So we can actually help other Canadian companies have a leg up in their industry because of our product. So our goal is really to try to work with Canadian companies and try to strengthen them.
Ceylon's traditionally a big graphite
Yep.
Producer.
Yeah.
Yep. And they actually get their graphite, I believe, from Sri Lanka, which is the only other deposit.
Well, I think Ceylon used to be called Ceylon.
Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Used to be Constantinople, now it's Istanbul. One of those situations.
What about Canada? What did Canada used to be called? Sasquatch?
No, I don't know.
Fascinating.
Okay, so great. So then you don't need any money right now.
We do.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, we did a small
got any-
placement.
Got your checkbook with you, Edward?
No, left it at home.
Sure, that's what he always says. So you're doing a small placement, and what's that to accomplish?
Well, we want to redo the PA. There's a lot of value in redoing the PA right now. We did our metallurgy. We increased our recovery from 75 to 90%. That's a big jump. We did it with less energy, and we did it with less reagent costs. So there's a good increase in the value of our project based on just the metallurgy. We're actually going to study doing a smaller scale production, going underground mining instead of open pit. We have a 40 to 50 meters of overburden.
Okay.
The original PA didn't really assess going underground. With the amount of overburden, it's very costly to do an open pit.
Right.
So we can do this as a smaller footprint, better environmentally, and we can start with a much smaller production level, which will reduce our capex.
Okay, well, it sounds great, Francis. We'll leave it there for now and have you back when you've got some more updates for us. That's great. Thanks for joining us.
Sounds great. Thank you for having us.